For this project, I started with a 9.5 by 7.5 inch frame that I had picked up from a garage sale, and boy was this a mess. I think I paid 40 cents for it because there were 5 frames for $2. I pulled all the little pins, they actually had nails in it, and cleaned it up and cleaned up the glass, and then put the glass back in, and then I took silicone and put a bead of it all the way around the perimeter, and this serves 2 purposes. It holds the glass in, and it also prevents resin leaks when you pour the resin on the other side. Usually the lip that the glass sits on is a lot wider, so I had to really be careful with the silicone that I didn't make the bead too thick so that it would be noticeable on the other side. So I decided to use this glass I had to make some little hearts. I don't remember what it was before I smashed it up, but it came out so neat. This is glass I found at either a garage sale or Goodwill, and I find plates and cups and vases and all sorts of glass, and I break it up and I put it in my tumbler, and there's just no telling what way it's going to come out, and I thought this glass was very interesting. With the clear around the outside and the red in the middle, I thought they would make really cute hearts. So I started by using my stained glass cutting tool to kind of try to get a little groove at the top, and then I used the nipper to try to get the little piece out. And it took me a few minutes, but I ended up with about 5 little hearts. And then I actually took these 5 hearts and put them back in the tumbler to smooth out the very top groove that I had put in them. 24 hours after the silicone caulk had dried, I took painter's tape and put it along the perimeter of the back of the frame just as an extra precaution against resin leaks. So the piece of glass that I'm using as the little vase for this is actually clear tumbled glass that I sprayed with my Krylon spray paint out in the garage. One of my subscribers was wanting to come up with an amber color using the different spray paints because it doesn't come in an amber. And I did some experimenting for her and kind of came up with this color. I think though she wanted it a little darker, but I thought it looked real pretty for my project. And then the little yellowish chips of glass that I'm putting down on the bottom and the top is glass that I've prepared myself, broken up, tumbled, and these are the ones that are broken into little tiny pieces. I call them my glass crumbs, and I just put those along the top and along the bottom. And then the green glass that you see there that I'm using as the stems for the flowers is actually something called VITRIGRAPH glass. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but this is glass that somehow is created by stretching it. And I had purchased some of that online, and this is what it looks like when it comes. It comes in all sorts of lengths and widths and squigglies. It's really kind of cool glass. Once I had the glass the way I wanted it, or I thought I wanted it, then I was ready for the resin. So I took the hearts off because I wasn't sure whether I wanted to pour the resin over the top of them, because I was afraid the sides that were clear would disappear within the resin and you wouldn't see how pretty it was with the clear glass sides. So I started by doing it this way. So the resin I'm using for this project is called art resin. When I use resin, I wear gloves, I use a respirator, I open the window in the room. It's in your best interest to do it in a well-ventilated area. This is a 1-to-1 ratio resin. 1 part resin, 1 part hardener, equal amounts, and then you stir it. When you first start, it's very clear, and as you start to stir it for a minute, it becomes cloudy, and then after you've stirred it for about 3 minutes, it becomes clear again, and you know it's ready to pour. So when you stir the resin, you're supposed to stir it slowly. It looks like I'm stirring it like a madwoman. But I just have the video sped way up. And the slower you stir it, the less bubbles you'll have. You're supposed to scrape the sides and the bottom as you stir it to thoroughly mix it. and then it's ready to pour. And I usually spoon it over all the glass first, and then after I've done that, I go around the sides and try to fill in all the areas. They say resin is self-leveling, but you really kind of have to push it around to make sure it reaches all the corners and edges and everywhere. Next, I get out my little kitchen torch, and had I known how easy this was when I first started doing resin, I would have used it from the beginning. I used to use the heat gun, which was fine, but it has a long cord on it. You have to plug it in. You have to keep it on the low setting, and it does still blow the glass around. It blows the resin around. It can blow the resin up over the side of the frame. With this kitchen torch, it's just so small and convenient and easy, and it doesn't blow the resin or blow the glass anywhere. So anyway, I finally put the little hearts on the top, and I decide, oh, they would look better if they had resin on top because it makes them shiny. And you can still see the clear around the red, so I think it looks pretty like that. So when you use this little torch to pop the bubbles, sometimes it can take up to 5 minutes depending on how large your project is. But and then you can do it and then wait a minute and look around. You have to look at it real close, and then you might have to use the torch another time. So at this point, I think I'm about done, but it just didn't look right to me. So what I ended up adding was 3 more stems and 3 little rose buds, and I thought that finished it off just perfect. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. That helps the channel. Hey everyone. So this is the finished product. I'm glad I put those 3 little buds on there. I think they look really cute. I'm going to put it up close so you can see it better. Can you see it all right? Yeah. Yeah, once in a while you get some interesting glass when you tumble it, you know, like this with the with it being clear on the outside. I thought that was so pretty. And I thought those would make really cute hearts. But anyway, I was experimenting with some, like I was saying in the video, there was somebody who contacted me that was trying to make different colors out of the Krylon spray paint. And so I had never thought of doing that before. So I learned something new. So I was doing some experimenting. And boy, one of the colors was real pretty. I had done it with yellow, and then like 5 coats of yellow, and then put a coat of blue on it, and it turned this real pretty green color, like a blue-green. It was real pretty. Anyway, so that's another idea with the Krylon spray paint. I guess if you got the 3 primary colors, the yellow, red, and blue, you could pretty much make any color you wanted out of it. But so anyway, that's what this is. This is actually spray painted. It was clear tumbled glass. So I hope you liked the video, and I'd love to see what you guys are making. I love to hear your comments, suggestions, and I hope you guys have a great day.